Good evening, Commonwealth. Thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Chris Nelson. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. A new tax begins on Austerity Friday at Smiling Cove Marina. Results are mixed. Also tonight, Sunset Dinner Cruise business under threat with new regs coming on board. And hundreds head to a job fair for part-time counting work. In sports, the Saipan Baseball League moves to the postseason with one very clear favorite. Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
"48 hours. That's all we get in a week. But those 48 hours, we try to make them last forever. How? By filling in fast with all the right stuff. With a lot of laughter, a little drama, some adventure, and a whole lot of love."
Dad, Mom's here.
It happens pretty quick,
Bye, Dad.
but it's cool. Because the rest of the week, we talk about our plans
You want to go to the beach?
on how to make the next 48 hours last us a lifetime.
Okay. Can you connect me to Alan, please?
Attention passengers of flight AJ3004, your flight has been delayed.
It's the flavor that makes you go, woo. McDonald's new spicy barbecue glazed tenders and chicken sandwich. Made with tender, juicy, all-white meat chicken.
Available in 4, 6, or 10-piece chicken tenders. Try the spicy barbecue crispy chicken sandwich too.
Havaday Tirwami and good evening, Commonwealth. It is the weekend edition of the Channel 2 News. Managaha Island opened today. That was the good news, but it was also day one of a new passenger tax that came with lots of boats in a small space and threw the water sports industry into disarray this morning. Government says they are concerned about safety in the marina and they want money to pay for dock improvements. Boat owners say the interim plan doesn't work and comes with its own safety issues. The result? Disgruntled passengers, boats that didn't operate, displaced workers, all on an Austerity Friday that otherwise would be a perfect day for a trip out on the lagoon. Outer Cove Marina has been shut down, and any boats that want to pick up passengers have been directed to use the transient dock inside Smiling Cove and pay a $3 passenger service fee per customer. That went into effect today, as well as an additional charge depending on the length of the vessel. This morning, operators, agents, boats, and DFW personnel all reacting to the new procedures. Several boat owners and operators say they are not operating.
I closed down. All my employee was there. Then they're jobless.
You're not operating today? Because why?
I cannot come in. My boat is big and the drop is very deep. So and the fee that they're gonna enforce is really, we cannot afford anymore.
So what's your plan? What are you going to do?
I don't know right now.
Are you working today?
Nope.
What happened?
Everyone over here is not working.
Why is that?
We're gonna slow it down a bit.
It's just costing more time, taking up our time, making the tourists wait under the sun. Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it's really bad. Look at how they treat our tourists. They're where like they don't put them as like tourists. They're like prisoners, one by one. Then they're double charging our vessels. We park inside, then we park outside. It's just too hard, and we're just operating in a small business.
It's pretty hard. We're trying our best to operate, but our boss didn't just close today.
You work for Adonis?
Yes.
And he's shut down today, huh?
Yes.
What would you do to improve the situation? What do you think?
You know what? Like our boss say, we can shut down the outer cove there, and they're willing to all contribute to fix one pier while while they're working in it. So we can have all this access more easy for us and our tourists. Because we care about our tourists too, their safety.
It's gonna be hard for me to come in here and load because of the tide situation, and it's gonna be a lot of traffic here, a lot of boats. So I think it's better we just operate out there the outer cove.
Local columnist Bruce Bateman says it's too many people going into too small a space.
Now what they're doing is taking every single one of those 50 boats, even the great huge 100-footers, and all of their passengers, and funneling every one of them through that little gate right over there.
The new system calls for tourists to put on wristbands before accessing the transient dock. This shows that they have paid. The boat operators are responsible for purchasing these wristbands in advance. DFW Director Manny Pangilinan was checking those wristbands today. How's it going so far?
I think it's going smooth.
Is this
we'll make adjustment if there's need to be.
Is this the first boat of the day?
This is the first boat of the day.
Okay, so how's the procedure go?
The procedure goes that when they have a wristband already, see they're putting the wristband on. They just tell this that this is this tour, and I have 30 packs already prepaid, so that we just make them go in. Okay. So.
And then they check in over here, and then they come through the gate.
They just come through the gate, And the reason why we're doing one at a time for safety purposes, because we don't want to crowd the. Just imagine if we put everybody down there, we crowd that thing, accident can happen. So we want to make sure that the flow, goes slow, in a progressive way.
Okay. How many people do you expect to come through the gates on a normal day?
Oh, I don't know, because before we're not counting.
Okay.
So now we're counting.
And is this going to be every day?
Every day.
Monday to
every
Sunday?
day, as long as the weather permits. Monday to Sunday, weekends and holidays, Christmas and New Year's. So you might be seeing me here too.
How many staff is it going to be?
That's why this is our first time. We're going to see how many staff it requires to do this operation.
Are you waiting?
Now?
Yeah.
About 30 minutes.
How's your feeling?
It's so hot.
Dinner cruises are an important part of the Marianas visitor experience, but boat owners say their business is now under threat as new government regulations banning passenger loading in Outer Cove Marina is enforced. Government says it could take several weeks to make the docks safe to use. The large dinner cruise vessels sit here in one section of Outer Cove Marina, Stars and Stripes, Jade Lady, and Saipan Sea Ventures boats. Last week we reported that these vessels would be allowed to continue to operate at their current locations, but that apparently has changed due to safety concerns, and the vessels say they aren't able to come inside Smiling Cove Marina to pick up passengers either. BC Sun Sports owner Mr. Wong along with his captain. What's your assessment so far of the situation? What do you think?
Right now it's not organized. There's everything's so mayhem. Knowing that they shut down our boat from the Outer Cove, we can't enter to the Smiling Cove Marina. We do operate our queue for the boat is too deep for a draft to enter the marina. So.
Are you talking about for Jade Lady?
Yes.
Jade Lady's can't safely come in here.
No. On low tide, it will hit the queue. So for other boaters, captain, they don't want to risk their license for that.
And are you allowed to pick up customers in the daytime at your Outer Cove area?
Yeah, they shut it down.
So what about for Sunset Cruise?
It's all shut down.
Really?
Yeah. There's nothing we can do.
DLNR's Gus Kaipat on the scene today.
We have 4 large vessels that cannot use the transient dock.
Because they're too big.
Because they're too big. So we've been working with them to allow DLNR to make sure that the walkways are safe to be used. So right now, DLNR has discouraged them from loading passengers, paying or non-paying passengers in this area. They're going to have to check with the Commonwealth Ports Authority to see if they can at least provide some temporary solution to the issue.
So the yellow ribbon, it means they're not allowed to take passengers now.
Which yellow ribbon is that?
It's cut off the entrances there to their boats.
Yeah, right now we can allow people, the staff to use the walkway.
But no customers?
But no customers.
Okay.
Yeah. So I haven't seen that yellow ribbon yet, but they know that because we've been meeting and informing everybody about the plan.
So does this mean the dinner cruise business is shut down?
Unfortunately, for safety reasons, yes.
Until when?
Like I said, probably in December, if not sooner. We understand that they're concerned about business, but they have not been paying the government since 2015. That's more like a loss for the government. We're just asking if they can meet us halfway. That's
Gus, this has got to be a tough situation for you to be in right now.
Oh, it's very tough. We feel sorry for the folks that are losing business, but believe me, we don't want to put people out of business. The thing there is that if someone dies, if someone is injured, that's going to be on the CNMI's face. And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to convince the boaters to at least give us a chance to do something right. Hasn't been done in a while. We're trying to right the wrong.
United Airlines is canceling all flights to and from Japan tomorrow. That's October 12th because of the super typhoon that was here, Hagibis. It's headed for Japan. Airline says they are also expecting additional cancellations on Sunday, October the 13th. UA has issued a travel waiver for customers that are traveling through Tokyo, Osaka, Nagoya, and Fukuoka between October 10th and the 13th. You can check the United website for the latest up-to-date information. If you want to count, you need to get hired first. Job fair underway this weekend. Office Manager Clyde Narita opened the door to the multi-purpose center this morning and was overwhelmed with potential counters, hoping for a counter offer.
The 2020 Census Job Fair began today with hundreds of applicants eager to be a part of the team.
This is the first day of our Saipan Job Fair for the 2020 Census, and then tomorrow we'll be here again, and October 19 next week we'll be here again. So far, as you can see from the background, it's crowded. We're expecting a lot of people today and hopefully tomorrow. The biggest process or the delay is the filling out of the forms. Requires them to fill out the required forms, both CNMI and U.S. Census forms, and then over to Notary Public, then over to the testing, and then the interviews that are situated in the backside.
Narita states the next step will be awaiting an email from the U.S. Census scheduling an appointment for fingerprint check to be held at the Census office on Beach Road. After the applicant passes the background check, the hiring process then begins. The Census office are looking for part-time enumerators and full-time clerks who will work until September 2020.
Now we want to board the clerks before end of November, and then we want to board the part-time employees by December 1st, because they have to go through the training to be enumerators during December, and then we'll be able to roll them out to the field by late January.
The job fair will continue tomorrow at 9 a.m. and then again on October 19. This is Sally Lemis for KSPN News.
Thanks, Sally. After the break, Hopwood still shut down for now, but it is a little bit cleaner. We'll have that story and more. Welcome to the Marianas Eye Institute. Our office on Beach Road is staffed with U.S. certified eye care technicians, doctors that have received national recognition, and a friendly, professional staff that will look after you and your loved ones. With over 1,200 eyeglass frames to choose from and an in-house lab, we can make most glasses in about an hour, and we even feature a mobile clinic to bring eye care to you. Keep your eyes healthy and strong with professional eye care at the Marianas Eye Institute. Welcome back. Leaders of the community visit an old campus and pitch in to help the Hopwood family as they plan to come back soon.
Bugs and mosquitoes are no match to these Hopwood advocates. The Hilitay family and government officials have come together on Austerity Friday to beautify the original Hopwood Middle School.
So the staff and our student leaders and as well as some legislature officials are here today at our old campus to beautify the campus and to restore it to its former look in preparation for our transition. We are working closely with our government officials as well as our Board of Education and our commissioner in terms of repairs and obtaining the funding we need to successfully complete the 33 classrooms that we need for the move.
Manuel says the buildings are off limits to enter because of safety cautions. They are still waiting for a team to assess the damages and interior parts of the building.
So, being here not just with fellow colleagues, but also with the student body of Hopwood, their teachers, their staff, and there's even some government offices pitching in, even though it's that kind of Friday. This is a really good example of commitment and collaboration for the community. So I hope that this is a good start in showing what we can do, because it means a lot to give a little. So our talents, our hands and our hearts are definitely what's going to help this school and any other organization that's dealing with issues post U2 getting the full recovery. So it's a really great experience giving a hand to our Hilitays today.
Manuel says the staff plans to continue the beautification every month before the transition. This is Sally Lemis for KSPN News.
Thanks, Sally. On Guam, 2 inmates walk away from custody and then call saying they want to be picked up and taken back to jail. KUAM reports.
Hafaday Sinamai, here's what's making news on Guam. 12 hours of freedom. 2 Department of Corrections inmates able to walk out of the halfway house in Manila on Wednesday night, just minutes after an oversight hearing concluded with DOC management in Hagåtña.
44-year-old inmates Johnny Borja Atalig and Johnny Jean Del Rosario were nearing the end of serving their time at the Department of Corrections, but apparently they couldn't wait and escaped from DOC's Community Correction Center or halfway house just after 9 o'clock on Wednesday night. The Community Correction Center prepares inmates to get acclimated to return to society. They're allowed to participate in work release and educational programs. Inmate Italic, for example, was allowed to be released to provide grass cutting services, while Del Rosario was actually employed at a local sanitation company. Those privileges will likely be revoked. KUAM News has learned that only one officer is stationed at the halfway house. It's located outside the DOC perimeter fence and houses 20 inmates. After Wednesday night's escape, the center was shut down and the remaining 18 inmates were transferred to DOC's RSAT unit. After 12 hours on the run, the 2 self-surrendered at around 9 o'clock this morning. KUAM News has learned that an unnamed individual called on their behalf for someone to contact the warden because they wanted to turn themselves in. The warden, in coordination with GPD SWAT, met the inmates in an undisclosed location so they could be taken back into custody. Italic and Del Rosario have long criminal records. Italic has been in and out of DOC since 2001. His most recent charges include robbery, stalking, and impersonating a police officer. As for Del Rosario, he's been in and out of DOC since 2004. His most recent charges include robbery, criminal facilitation, use of a deadly weapon in the commission of a felony, and destruction of evidence. The escape occurred minutes after an oversight hearing ended over DOC. The committee vice chair on public safety, Senator Talina Nelson, reacts, quote, "This latest incident only serves to underscore the significant challenges facing the prison. Our community should not have to be rattled by irresponsibility and careless negligence. It has become very clear there is a shortage of officers at DOC. I have been in discussions with Adelup to address this shortage," end quote. Meanwhile, DOC Director Samantha Brennan has asked the police department to conduct the internal affairs investigation to ensure it is done quickly and as independently as possible.
For more Guam news, go to KUAM.com. Reporting for KSPN2 News, I'm Sabrina Salas. Matsinani.
Thank you, Sabrina. Coming up in the KSPN2 Sports Report, girls just want to have fun. Well, they can now. Their gym is back open.
Faster, easier to use. With live TV, recordings, video on demand, and streaming apps, all in a single place. When you're looking for something new, recommendations are tailored to you. Voice-powered, personalized results to find what you want faster. And the unlimited potential of smart home. The new experience from TiVo is here.
Watch the Visitors Channel online, on time, anytime at saipantv.com. Where to go, what to see, what to do. Restaurants, spas, activities, and culture. It's all in one place, in high definition, on your mobile device. saipantv.com. Check it out.
You deserve more. I know it's been hard. Come on, let's go for a ride.
Welcome to Dow Rent to Own.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now this feels like home.
Dial Rent to Own, making lives better since 1987.
Buena sports fans. Buena sports fans, the road has been cleared for the CK Bears. Their first-round opponent in the SBL playoffs, the Blue Jays, got run over by a red bulldozer. Game 1 of this best-of-3 series, never wake a sleeping bear, just makes them mad. Tough lineup for Jays starter Sho Taguchi. Doesn't help to walk them. JJ LaFoy trots to load them up. Problem, no one in the bullpen. So Taguchi was on his own. He bears down, gets the hard-hitting Fred Sungdow on a swing and a miss. Henry Lizama, he dumps a single in front of the center fielder, and that translates into 2 runs batted in. Kiku Lizama follows with a single to the opposite field. JJ jogs home, and the runners were on the corners. Taguchi should have gotten out of the inning with a strikeout, but the defense fails them, and this game was one-sided. Oh, CK Bears 18-0. On, off, and then back on yesterday, talking about the girls' high school volleyball. These girls, they just want to play ball. A big thumbs up to MHS for reopening the gym. It had been closed. They decided to reopen them, so let's give them another 2 thumbs up because, well, that's for the students. This is the favorite part of the school day. Mount Carmel, for many of these girls, Mount Carmel Knights in the near court, they get the point when Saipan International School is too strong. Mount Carmel took the first set 25-20, but SIS rallied to take the next 2 sets, 25-14, 15-7 for the match. Meanwhile, over on the adjacent court to the immediate north, Cagman High School on the right side, the Azuzu and Saipan Southern High School played an exciting game, both sets close. Manta Rays prevailed this time, 25-20 and 25-22. The 9th annual D. Clayton Bodybuilding and Physical Fitness Championships are Saturday night at PIC Charlie's Cabaret. Doors open at 7 p.m. for this wide-ranging competition for men and women in various categories. Defending men's overall champion Stanley Jacopo compares bodybuilding to molding a sculpture.
You get big, and then it's kind of like, just like what you say, get a chisel and just chip this off, cut this off, okay, refine this, emphasize more on this and more on that so that you have that symmetrical body composition, and so you don't want to look like asymmetrical and not as proportional.
Bodybuilding is not for everyone. One of my favorite quotes about this sport is from the late Harry Crews, an author who was also a bodybuilding trainer.
I know that most people think that bodybuilding is a joke, but I want to hear say that courage is not a joke, that perseverance and tenacity are not jokes, that deprivation and denial towards some goal is not a joke, and last of all, the ancient Greeks believing that self-competition was the highest form of competition is not a joke. And all of those things are at work when anybody, whether he's a competitive bodybuilder or just works out in a weight gymnasium, all of those things are at work when he steps through the front door.
Some of us have families, some of us have children, and have a lot of daily life and work and stuff like that. On top of that, you have to be at the gym. You have to wake up in the morning, make a lot of sacrifices. You have to be able to be disciplined enough to prevent yourself from getting into where, okay, I break my diet today, or I'm going to cheat on my diet, or oh yeah, just this one for now, I'll make it up the next time. Not in bodybuilding. You cheat for one time, or you kind of step out of line in terms of your diet. That's like a week. So you gotta, like, just for one bag of chips, that's like a week to 2 weeks.
The 28 competitors on stage tomorrow night have strived to achieve a well-defined body through an all-comprehensive effort of mind, body, and soul. Let's get the party started with the top plays of the week. 3, 2, 1, let's get this done. Coming in at number 3, PSS. For taking care of business and resuming the girls' high school volleyball league, we shall overcome. What does it mean to be Tagman? What does it mean to the girls and having this opportunity?
It's honestly an honor to play in this court. You feel me? Yes, play volleyball.
Coming in at number 2, Ken Varai. He knocks the ball away from one player, then swipes it from another. Then he goes in for the layup. And a game-high 32 points, Ken Varai. Top play number 2. And the KSPN2 top play of the week, Chris Nelson. The corner kick to Ajani Burrell. He puts the ball and himself into the back of the net. Goal! The KSPN Sports top play of the week. Here's the windup and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw.
Today's high 88, the low 77 tomorrow. Mostly cloudy, some scattered showers. There's a thunderstorm, in fact, Capitol Hill this afternoon. Northwest winds 10 to 15, high again around 87, low 77. About the same. Seas moderate 6 to 8 feet. Sunrise tomorrow 6:08, sunset 5:59. It's the weekend. Weekend starts right now.
Good night.